Hello, everybody. Welcome to UCU Ballot Day 1 live. I think you already know who is with me, but for avoidance of doubt, to my right is Janet Farrer, who is our president of UCU, and to my left is Justine Mercer, who is our president-elect, who also oversees our higher education sector. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hi. I know this looks very glamorous, but what I need you to know is we are actually on a van and it is tipping down with rain, and we're somewhere in between St Andrews and Edinburgh. So hi from us. We wanted to do a quick live this evening, mainly because today has been so joyful. We set you the challenge to see who could vote the quickest. We know that in ballots, most people vote in the first 2 weeks. We know that this ballot is super, super important, and the more votes that go back immediately, the quicker we get over that 50%, and then the more we are getting to 60 and 70%. And we had some amazing front runners, some of them literally runners today, being the very first people at the post box. Now, I could be wrong, and also, you know, we've got a collection of people here with us this evening, but the person I spotted first on social media this morning was Lisa from Nottingham, and I'm calling her in first because Lisa has running club to run to literally after this. But Lisa, I think, well, let's hear from Lisa exactly what she did do. Lisa?
So this morning, first thing, our ballot arrived, so I was definitely going to make sure that that was done straight away. Don't like to hang about. So it was a bit of a gallop up to the post box, get it posted, photograph, get back, put it on Twitter, and weirdly, unless there was somebody else that was super fast, it seems like I was one of the first. It was really important to vote early. I'm part of the department reps for the branch at University of Nottingham, representing professional services colleagues, and we're often a group that can be a little bit missed out of the language of certainly media coverage of the union. So I think it's important to set the right example and encourage everyone to get their votes in.
Well, I would say iconic attitude, delivering efficiently, quickly, the first one, repping our professional service members. And I'm also aware that you have knitted UCU hats and bands for your running.
Hang on.
Love this. Got it. Love that.
And there's also an armband as well. Hang on.
Love that too. Win. Look, Lisa, I genuinely think you are our first. So congratulations for being a legend.
Thank you.
And, you know, go do the rest of your running.
Yep, I have to be at running club. We've got our final club champs race tonight, so we'll be getting very wet. So thank you very much. Really appreciate being part of this. Well done, everybody who's been getting their ballots in today. It's so important to get those in as soon as possible and set the example for everyone.
Yes, Lisa. Go on. Right, off you go. Go running.
Thank you. Bye.
Now, the second person on our list, and again, this may not be technically the second person who posted their ballot, but they were incredibly quick off the mark. And we'd like to bring in Matthew from Exeter.
So, hi everybody. Is that Lisa did beat me to it. Is I posted basically after seeing her to be like, oh yeah, no, I have a photo hanging in my bin. But is that the reason I was in early is that I also work in professional services, though for research IT. And it is that I have the luxury of working from home at a certain times. Yeah. So I was sitting at my desk going through some tickets, heard the ruffle of the door opening to put stuff through my bin, through my letter bin, and went, oh, yeah, all right. And is that I hadn't had a snack yet. So I was like, all right, I will both fill out my ballot and then walk to the post box. Though I will admit she probably beat me because I got distracted by a bakery on my way in that was right next to a post box. But
we've all been there. We've all been there.
But it's the additional aspect, sort of as she said, that professional services is an integral part of the university, and is that, we want to make, the educational environment just as good. But it's also, we suffer from the same, insecure contracts, continual restructuring. It's those same issues that other faculty and also administrative services suffer under. So I'm glad to be part of this crew in properly repping the community. And I am a new local rep, so I wanted to set a good example.
George, I'm all over this. And you know what? If you weren't the first, at least you weren't the first because you were getting carbohydrates. So I think we can all get on board with that. Thanks, Matthew.
We've got another pal coming in from Exeter. We've got Joao, who shares the name with the mighty Cancelo, who plays for Manchester City. Those football fans of you out of there, I don't know if you are, Joao, but let's find out. Do you want to tell us about your ballot posting experience?
Right, sure. I mean, I think I'm too gay for football.
Spot.
But I'm also really happy to see another person from Exeter who obviously beat me to it as well. I must say I've only done it after lunch, also because sustenance is important. But the post box is literally outside my flat, so I had no excuse. But I think it's really important to do this, and to do this as soon as possible, because there is a really bad time we are going through, not just in the sector but across the country, and it's really important that workers across all the different sectors come together and really make our voices heard, both to our employees but also to kind of the government more generally, because as it's not fair what we've been going through, losing pay over every year, over I don't know how many years. It's unacceptable. We come into the job with many of us with massive debt accrued in order to get the job, and then we spend years of the job earning to pay back the debt that allow us to get the job, and then not get a proper pension at the end. It's just too much. It's exhausting. And it's really inhumane, I think. So I think the good thing about this is that we can come together, get that cross on the ballot, and make ourselves heard as university workers. Really,
couldn't have said it better myself. And as you say, a massive pay cut, 25% since 2009. So thank you very, very much to our team Exeter.
Can I interrupt there, Joe, and just say, we're really excited that we've got so many people joining us from all of the different platforms, UCU platforms. We've got around 500 people watching across all our platforms right now. So this is absolutely brilliant. And, if you've got a chance, tell people about these live sessions, get as many members here as possible.
Right. I am going to bring in Simon from Staffs University. Simon, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Did you have a hectic morning getting your ballot in the postbox?
Yes, and it was hectic for a few reasons, because my 9-year-old is currently homeschooling. And yeah, that does add a little bit to an already hectic day. But I am kind of privileged because I can work at home just now, a lot like Matthew. And one of the main reasons why I decided to vote early was it allowed me to take my 9-year-old to the post box with me so she could see democracy in action. And it's a point that I've made with every single vote that I've made now since she was born, is that she has been with me for every single vote, whether it's been a referendum or an election. And I'm hoping she will be my lucky charm for this. But at the same time, I did vote for many other reasons as well early. And it was, first of all, to set an example to my colleagues, because I am now one of the branch reps. But at the same time, when I speak of colleagues, I've seen in my relatively brief time amazing, massively talented colleagues who've been forced out of the sector due to everything we're fighting for: precarity, pay cuts, absolutely impossible workloads. And I voted for them. And I voted for workers who are facing these crises right now.
Simon, you're leaving me absolutely an emotional wreck. Didn't sleep much last night, up early this morning. I mean, you hear that all the time, don't you?
Yeah. So yeah, no pressure there in terms of having to do right by your 9-year-old. The fifth person that we're going to bring in is Kate from Harriet Watts, and it's quite fitting because obviously we're here in Scotland. And can we hear from Kate as to why you were so quick off the mark with your ballot?
Well, I have to say I don't have such a moving story. I'd have been quicker if I could find a pen, which is a terrible thing for an academic to say. So I always vote early, as long as I get my ballot paper. I'm usually the person queuing outside a polling station to get to vote. I think it's a really important thing to do. And as others on this call, I'm a branch rep. I'm the branch equality officer, and I'm also the UCU Scotland equality officer. So it's really important for me to show that I get out and vote as soon as possible, which is why I put it on social media. But I also think it makes other people who might be feeling isolated working from home, seeing that they're part of a collective action by posting on social media with the hashtags.
Yeah.
I've been working in universities for 21 years, which makes me feel very old. And over that time, I've seen a continual erosion of our terms and conditions. I've worked in professional services. I've worked as an academic. I was a postdoc and a teaching fellow on horrible hourly paid precarious contracts. And I don't want other people to have to go through what I went through. You shouldn't have to be resilient. You shouldn't have to put up with it. I had 3 jobs at one point to fund myself through my PhD. It shouldn't have to be like that. This career should not be for people who only have the support of families.
Yeah.
I'm a professor now. So I have a different kind of privilege now in that I'm now recruiting people, I'm leading projects, and I'm leading teaching teams. And that would honestly be a lot easier if people were on better contracts and were properly paid and we weren't losing them to other sectors.
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do. If I had to put my business school hat on, so I'm based in a business school, it's good for the core business of universities to have secure, safe and happy employees who are able to thrive and not just tread water in our sector. So it's essential for our sector to be for sustainability. It's also for our students so that they see the same face time and time again. They are being taught by people who aren't thinking what the next job is they've got to get to. So I used to teach part-time in university. I worked part-time in university library, and I taught in further education as well. And that was all while doing my PhD full-time.
Wow.
It shouldn't have to be like that. I'm a disabled woman, so I'm on the wrong end of that particular brown stick in terms of the pay gaps, and I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want others to have to go through this. So it's time for us. Every single vote is a step towards getting rid of this nonsense. So please vote.
Amen, Kate. Absolutely have nothing to add to that other than, give us a thumbs up and say amen, Kate, in the comments if you're actually watching. Look, all 5 people, obviously we contacted you today because we saw you were, quick out the gate in terms of voting. I know there was many others that we just haven't invited on. Thank you so much for those of you who have a complete array of reasons, all moving in their own way. And I imagine people watching all really being able to connect with them. There are going to be regular sessions like this. We won't always be giving you a lot of notice that we're doing a live. So in coming days, if you are voting, let us know via social media. It might be that someone from the UCU team reaches out to you to get you on in future sessions. Hearing from each other, why you are coming is really good. So, people are saying amen, Kate. That is great. Before we do go, I just wanted Janet to say a little bit about, because Janet is obviously our president, but she's from the FE sector of our union. Just in a few minutes, we've been having FE strikes this week. So do you just want to talk about that a second?
Thanks. Just wanted to acknowledge really that my own college, the Manchester College, and Burnley College, and also Oldham College, which happens to be the college of our vice president from the FE sector, Maxine Luby, have all been on strike today on rainy picket lines, and on strike yesterday also. We do have other branches in the Northwest who've been involved in the dispute. City of Liverpool College are going to be taking more strike action as well, and ultimately all of those striking workers are fighting for the same things that we are fighting for in these HE disputes. Ultimately it is about fair pay, it is about fair pensions, it is about fair terms and conditions. So please show your FE UCU UCU comrades as much love as you can on Twitter and elsewhere. I know that they will really, really appreciate it. So big shout out to some brilliant, successful strikes that we've had in the Northwest.
I've just been, thank you. I've just been passed a note. Tracy, who's out there, they heard their postie, raced down the stairs, ripped it open, and voted in 1 minute and posted it back. So maybe Tracy was first, but we just didn't get a photo of it.
Yeah.
So to all the Tracys out there, we love and appreciate you too.
We have to remember, thank the postal workers who are also delivering these as, a solidarity effort, between unions at the moment.
100% well said. And we have had actually on social media some lovely comments from our postal worker comrades, basically saying that they clocked a Civica stamped letter and they saw it and were excited to pass it on. So 100%. Look, the rain stopped and we've got to get to Edinburgh. If you're in Edinburgh, come to Revolution Party Rally starting at 7. Joint with the CWU actually, who are going on strike tomorrow. So anyway, from us, lovely. See you online again sometime soon. And thank you very, very much to our special speedy guests.
Yes.
Appreciated. Bye, everyone.
Bye.